Albert Einstein quotes on change. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. We will not change the hearts of other men by mechanisms, but by changing our hearts and speaking bravely. When we are clear in heart and mind, only then shall we find courage to surmount the fear which haunts the world. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. A photograph never grows old. You and I change. People change all through the months and years, but a photograph always remains the same. How nice to look at a photograph of mother or father taken many years ago. You see them as you remember them. But as people live on, they change completely. That is why I think a photograph can be kind. Nothing will benefit human health and increase chances of survival for life on Earth as much as the evolution to a vegetarian diet. It is my view that the vegetarian manner of living by its purely physical effect on the human temperament would most beneficially influence the lot of mankind. Innovation is not the product of logical thought, although the result is tied to logical structure. Thinking is hard work. That's why so few do it. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. Albert Einstein quotes on politics, justice, morality. Never do anything against conscience, even if the state demands it. Relativity applies to physics, not ethics. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. Laws alone cannot secure freedom of expression. In order that every man present his views without penalty, there must be spirit of tolerance in the entire population. The most important human endeavor is the striving for morality in our actions. Our inner balance and even our very existence depend on it. Only morality in our actions can give beauty and dignity to life. One must shy away from questionable undertakings, even when they bear a high-sounding name. Without ethical culture, there is no salvation for humanity. Fulfillment on the moral and aesthetic side is a goal which lies closer to the preoccupations of art than it does to those of science. In 2 weeks, the sheep-like masses of any country can be worked up by the newspaper into such a state of excited fury that men are prepared to put on uniforms and kill and be killed for the sake of the sordid ends of a few interested parties. In politics, not only are leaders lacking, but the independence of spirit and the sense of justice of the citizen have to a great extent declined. The cult of individuals is always, in my view, unjustified. An empty stomach is not a good political advisor. Ethical axioms are found and tested not very differently from the axioms of science. Truth is what stands the test of experience. Force always attracts men of low morality. and I believe it to be an invariable rule that tyrants of genius are succeeded by scoundrels. Nothing is more destructive of respect for the government and the law of the land than passing laws which cannot be enforced. I wouldn't have thought it possible that there could exist such heartless and outright wicked people. I believe that we have to content ourselves with our imperfect knowledge and understanding and treat values and moral obligations as a purely human problem, the most important of all human problems. It is the duty of every citizen according to his best capacities to give validity to his convictions in political affairs. Everyone is aware of the difficult and menacing situation in which human society, shrunk into one community with a common fate, finds itself, but only a few act accordingly. I do not believe that civilization will be wiped out in a war fought with the atomic bomb. Perhaps 2/3 of the people of the earth will be killed. Everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idolized. Morality is of the highest importance, but for us, not for God. Quotes by Albert Einstein about religion, God, spirituality. I am a deeply religious non-believer. This is a somewhat new kind of religion. Before God, we are all equally wise and equally foolish. A religious person is devout in the sense that he has no doubt about the significance of those superpersonal objects and goals which neither require nor are capable of rational foundation. What really interests me is whether God had any choice in the creation of the world. The further the spiritual evolution of mankind advances, the more certain it seems to me that the path to genuine religiosity does not lie through the fear of life and the fear of death and blind faith, but through striving after rational knowledge. True religion is real living. Living with all one's soul, with all one's goodness and righteousness. My religion consists of a humble admiration of the illimitable superior spirit who reveals himself in the slight details we are able to perceive with our frail and feeble mind. My religiosity consists in a humble admiration of the infinitely superior spirit that reveals itself in the little that we, with our weak and transitory understanding, can comprehend of reality. Through the reading of popular scientific books, I soon reached the conviction that much in the stories of the Bible could not be true. The consequence was a positively fanatic orgy of free thinking coupled with the impression that youth is intentionally being deceived by the state through lies. It was a crushing impression. Though I am now an old fogey, I am still hard at work and still refuse to believe that God plays dice. Strenuous intellectual work and looking at God's nature are the reconciling, fortifying, yet relentlessly strict angels that shall lead me through all of life's troubles. God does not care about our mathematical difficulties. He integrates empirically. We should take care not to make the intellect our God. It has, of course, powerful muscles, but no personality. I believe in Spinoza's God, who reveals himself in the lawful harmony of the world, not in a God who concerns himself with the fate and the doings of mankind. Try and penetrate with our limited means the secrets of nature, and you will find that, behind all the discernible concatenations, there remains something subtle, intangible, and inexplicable. Veneration for this force beyond anything that we can comprehend is my religion. To that extent I am, in point of fact, religious. That deep emotional conviction of the presence of a superior reasoning power, which is revealed in the incomprehensible universe, forms my idea of God. I cannot imagine a God who rewards and punishes the objects of his creation and is but a reflection of human frailty. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. Whoever undertakes to set himself up as a judge of truth and knowledge is shipwrecked by the laughter of the gods. God gave me the stubbornness of a mule and a fairly keen scent.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more inspirational video.